Welcome back to the podcast, Children of the Popcorn. It's the Baron here. We are talking about, and got Mr. Popcorn on my screen above me. Depends what you're watching this on. So yes, it's very happily waving at us.
No, you remember
Welcome
the
back.
meme, Baron,
Oh,
2016, 2018,
yeah,
the Tom Cruise and from the shore, the Pennywise
yeah,
waving. Yes, yes.
yeah.
We're not there yet, but I hope that
No,
comes back. Sorry,
not
I'll shut
quite.
up.
It's all good, not quite. So we're doing episode 2 of It, Welcome to Derry, as you can tell from the screens behind us. So this episode is called The Thing in the Dark, and it was aired on November 2nd, 2025.
Mhm.
So this is the Andy Muschietti universe based on the Stephen King universe, which is inclusive, it seems, of all of his books. So we're going to do some what we liked, what we didn't like. We're going to run through a little bit of the episode, and hopefully you've seen it and you're coming along for the ride with us.
Fantastic, fantastic. What did you think of this
So yeah,
episode overall there, Baron?
overall, I enjoyed it probably a little bit more than the first episode,
Hmm.
just because we had we had characters established. They started to become a little bit more distinct from each other in this episode, which is great. I think it's slowed down a little bit in this, and we got a bit more of the army storyline in this one, as opposed to the first episode, which was mostly about the kids.
Yeah, no, I definitely liked it overall, and the uh, non-reality films are well, non-reality films. The non-reality scenes are fantastic
Yeah, yeah,
in this episode in particular. Yeah.
yep,
Uh, Now, to start us off with a dislike, though, and when I say dislike, it's critique. As we said in the first episode there, praise and critique. Even a point of discussion, really, is this there, Baron? Because I
yeah.
did bring it up, but I want to discuss it just a little deeper. What do you think of the change of the parents of the Losers Club as we've seen them in the past? Yeah, the parents of the Losers Club.
Yep.
Almost fairy tale, Grimm's fairy tale evil. Yeah. Socially
Yeah.
unacceptable to say the least. There's a more
Yeah.
subtle, lurking approach to the evil at this stage in Derry. In the other works, the evil certainly shows its face there to begin with very strongly. This, as I said before in the other episode, the other reaction, check it out at Evil Popcorn Pod. A lot of the parents are dead, and it manifests itself through that tragedy visually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like
I
that? What do
think
you think?
I think Hmm. I like my my headcanon for Derry and the surrounds is once you become an adult, you just simply don't observe the evil anymore, but you may be used as a tool by it. I think this series, we're seeing more active evil by adults,
Hmm.
rather
Hmm.
than being used as a tool by it, or being simply unobservant of anything evil going on.
Now, they are unobservant of anything evil going on. Do you think they're in a kind of they lives type haze? Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll explain that more if you don't know the reference. The lurking presence of Derry that psychically, appears every 27 years, but it was always
Yep.
there like Cthulhu under the surface. Yeah. This
Yep.
affects the manner, the customs, as we see in this episode of the town of Derry.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the question would be like, yeah, is that more effective than it's been shown in the past?
I think so. My feeling of the way it works is it's easier to influence the fear of children because so much of the world is unknown to them,
Hmm.
and they tend to live with their emotions closer to the surface. Whereas as adults, we repress fears to get on with life, We don't use our imagination as much. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
think
Hmm.
the psychic abilities of it don't affect the adults in the same way
On the same
that they
way, yeah.
affect the children. So if it's doing something, parents may not even clock that there's something happening. And their brain might go, that's odd. I'm going to say that it's this other thing so that I can just keep living.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And that's reflected in the societal practices which the 1950s are iconic for, yeah? Because this
Yep.
show does lean into that sort I'll begin with racial issues, yeah? They're
Yeah.
prevalent in the 1950s, known for it, that do subtly show themselves, manifested, you know,
Yeah.
itself in Derry, which I find very interesting. Certainly worthy to have in there. Let's just state
Yeah.
that now unequivocally.
Yeah.
Uh, the thing is, though, it is a universal evil. Yeah, I mean, they look to the stars, the children, for this episode and that episode, because that's where the sources, that's where also the soldiers are looking, the military
Yeah.
at this stage. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
through the telescopes. If you have two telescopes, if I'm not mistaken, yeah,
Yep.
up to this point, yeah. Does this it being its own very own unique entity of evil that works on universal fears, be the fear of like physical threat, or be the fear of loss, etc. Which is shown through the deaths of the parents. Yeah, fear manifests
Yep.
itself in different ways. Does the societal issues of racism that is shown in the show, which really reflects how it was in the 1950s, at times, not all the time, just at times, strongly at times, does that clash? Does that create a kind of a schism for the spectator? Does that sully either like the evil presence of it itself, or does the evil presence of it itself even take away from what they're trying to talk about socially? Yeah, you know what I mean? Is there a clash there,
Yeah.
or am
Yeah.
I just looking too far into it?
I think it's too early to tell.
Hmm.
I think there will be more revealed about the influence over Derry that it has.
Okay, okay.
Because this is a prequel, there's going to be more set up that will make the following stories. I'm going to say the word better, but I think deeper is probably a better word. So
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
get a lot more
More
of
complex.
yeah. It's going to be a lot more complex before it gets less complex.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. But like
Yeah.
it's just there like a point of discussion because like yeah, you've got to balance those things to say
Yeah.
something poignantly. Yeah. Otherwise, you're seen as just being preaching, and yeah, and the internet will see you as being woke. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the internet's going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether
It is.
you
Yeah.
whether you care about that, that's up to you, Miss Getty. That's just yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
stating the causality of common times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a first dislike or like you wanted to bring out there, Baron?
So in the second episode, my dislike was that I picked that Lily was walking into a trap much sooner than I think they intended us to. So when she was in the supermarket and she was heading for the pickle aisle, so to speak, um, I would have liked a slower transition to the nightmarish world of it. But the moment she walked down the second aisle, I knew what was happening. I would like that to have been a bit more subtle.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Can't argue it. Um, I enjoyed it. Do we want to jump ahead to that part now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Pickles, children.
yeah.
The
Pickles are
pickles.
scary, children. This is not your
Fantastic.
uncle's pickle Rick.
Spoken about it before between you and I, but I'll espouse upon it again. I'll celebrate it again. The lead up to the confrontation within the pickle scene, the spooking that goes on. Yeah. Yes, you have the living Tetris of the supermarket shelves that is kind of Andy Warhol, but very Aesop rock, black hole superette. If you know, you know. It has that psychedelic, I've taken too much acid vibe, bad acid trip. Yeah.
Yep.
To the
Yeah, yeah,
lighting and such. Warped perspective of lenses is going on. But talking about warped, as all the Derry residents suddenly have the Joker smiles, for want of a better reference.
yep,
But the appearance, how they come from behind, and then just standing there as she goes past, yeah, and just mixing that up. It was wonderful spook work that you get when you go into an effective haunt like Evil Corp in Brisbane. Shout out.
yep,
Yeah. And then we see Dad's face. Spoke about the tragedy of dead parents before coming through it. This is it
yep,
par excellence. And he was trying to save a toy, worked in a pickle factory. He thought the power was off. He went into the grinds, really grinded his
yeah.
gears. The gears grinded him. Yeah.
And turned him into
Uh,
pickles.
yeah.
And I
And
don't
we
mean
see
pickles the vegetable. I mean pickles the sauce.
the CGI is a lot again, but the
Yeah.
content, the delivery. Well, let's talk about the content for a moment there, Baron. But, or I will in a second. What did you think of the scene overall?
Look, I really liked it because it wasn't just a face appearing in the pickle jar. They did a really good job of doing a slow reveal bit by bit. Like it was obvious to start with that the pickles weren't right. And then all of a sudden there's an eye, and then there's some teeth, and then there's an ear. It was really good. It wasn't a jump scare, but it was scary as hell. I really enjoyed the pickle homunculus, and then all the pickles smashing on the ground, and then the creature forming out of them. It was all very well done.
And again, to illuminate the darkness of this show, yeah, what pickle monster daddy, pickle, pickle daddy
Pickle Daddy?
monster. No, I don't want to say that because what pickle daddy is saying to daughter is a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. The show
Yeah,
goes dark, and this is a moment that goes dark. Yeah, in
yeah,
terms of what?
Pickle
Yeah.
Daddy people, there's some trigger warnings for Pickle Daddy.
Mm. Yeah, and you get what we're saying. We're implying it heavily enough, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but no, great scene. Great scene. Definitely.
yeah.
What did we think about Mummy Dearest, though?
Oh, look, probably the most visceral scene in the second episode. Really nicely done. I liked the practical special effects of the kid chewing through the umbilical cord and like the
Yes.
veiny blanket over the top
The womb,
and, and the
the
womb.
watery
Yeah,
womb. Yes.
yeah. This was
Yeah.
really well done, and I think the transition from practical to CG and back was really well handled.
Yeah, the gaping maw is a lot in terms of CGI, but you have some really great practical effects usage to balance it out so it doesn't take away from the whole scene.
Yep,
Going back to the watery womb. Yeah, I mean, you're talking material, water, and red lighting and a great performance. That's it.
yep.
That's all they were using. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
our first vision of the Deadlights, I believe.
Yes, it is. You are correct.
Okay, I have a dislike.
Please.
No, critique. We'll call it, yeah, critique. I have a critique in that I think the Derry police in this are being too corrupt. So they're being overtly corrupt rather than corrupted by it. It's entirely possible that that was intended, but in the previous text, the police have been not evil. And then,
Mhm.
you come
Okay.
in and the sheriff
Okay.
is the Bowers is grandfather Bowers, who's one of the bullies from the original text. Which I know was hinted at in the history and all that sort of stuff. But I think them being overtly evil may come back to bite them in later episodes.
So they can't, they've gone too far. They can't come down. It's going to take a lot
Yeah,
to come down the other
yeah,
way. Yeah.
yeah. So to
Yeah.
redeem
They've
them,
got,
it'll take a lot of work.
yeah, because they've got nowhere else to go. basic rule of that. Yes, and I get that
Yeah, the
because
artistry mode.
there is a lot of almost Machiavellian manipulation that goes on, yeah, of
Yeah,
the children by the military, certainly in terms of Lily. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and actually, you've actually, yeah, just cast a light on one of the issues that I've had in terms of the military racial relations as well. It's a little overplayed. It's a little too going too far to almost make them caricatures, these
yeah,
representations of opposing forces. Yeah,
yeah,
racist white guys in
yeah.
the army. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, I get that. I get that. That's a good point. Yeah,
And don't forget, there's that element of the it story that when people move away from the town, they forget about the town as well. So that's an element as well. So there's obviously some sort of psychic field all over Derry being generated by it, even when it isn't in its
yeah.
active cicada phase.
Thank you. Psychic field is a perfect way to put it, certainly when you look what the military men are doing in with parallel action to this at the same time
Yeah,
you're beginning to know Derry, yeah?
yeah,
From space to under the earth. Think about
yep.
the end of episode one. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, I like that. Um, I can't forget the dead friend faces on the cereal boxes in the
Ah,
supermarket during the pickle
yeah,
scenes. That was dark. That was heavy.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah. It was good.
yeah.
Really
Uh,
enjoyed that.
yeah, there are weird, wild deaths in this episode there, Baron.
Yeah,
Do you have any other
but
likes or dislikes before I rate
there's
it
I
myself?
like that there were less scares in this episode.
hmm But
Um,
great ones, though, when there were.
yeah.
Pretty
Oh no, no.
faultless.
The ones they had were quality.
They were
And I
quality.
don't think I don't think I missed them. Like the first episode had more scares in it. I don't think well, first episode probably needed them. Second episode didn't. And they kind of pulled back on it a little bit, which is great.
Mhm, mhm. How was the character stuff for you? Our two main character, worlds that we have.
Better. Better
hmm
because we covered, like, I know I said in the first episode that it felt too compressed, but what it has done is it's given me a greater episode two in that we didn't need to deal with a bunch of backstory. I wanted the backstory to go throughout the whole series, but I don't need the backstory to go throughout the whole series.
This would be 12 seasons, 24 episodes each.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Like Tolkien and King. Yeah, I can kind of see
yeah,
parallels now almost. Yeah, with these two
yeah,
dudes. Great episode. For me, main enjoyment were the two kill scenes of Ronnie's resurrection, Ronnie's
yeah,
rebirth, and certainly Pickles.
yeah.
Pickles in the
Pickle. Yeah.
supermarket.
What do
Um,
you rate this?
you gave it a four, I gave it a 3.75.
Okay.
Kill scenes touched it above, put it above 3.5. Definitely. That's why I
Yeah,
gave it that extra quarter. Yeah. Of popcorn, the
yeah,
extra small that would be if they stand. Yeah. Fantastic. What do you think so far, children, of the show now that we've covered
yeah.
the first two?
Look, hit us at Popcorn Pod. Give us your thoughts. Send us some of your likes and dislikes or your critiques.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we'd love to hear from you.
And also, yeah, don't know if that's actually on the episode zero of this, Setting the Sewer. If you want us to cover any of the other Muschietti movies, yes, we will do
Yeah,
so. The original miniseries, any other kind of it properties. Yeah.
yeah. Please do.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go eat some pickles, and we'll be
Yeah,
back for episode three really soon, won't we, Baron?
yeah.
Okay.
Go to bed, children. Go to bed.